So remember when I said that the whole DC universe was becoming very convoluted? We didn't know what was continuity and what was a standalone story. We didn't know what was an Elseworld story or an Alpha story or an Omega story. We didn't know anything. I bitched quite a bit. Well, welcome to this video where I'm going to bitch some more because we got some new information. And I'm actually surprised this is coming from Dan Jurgens. I would look at him and say he's a pretty creative, pretty talented man. I think he was probably on some sort of mood enhancer is what we'll call it when he made this. We have a new wrinkle into classic continuity. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's make things worse. Headphone warning. Let's make things worse than they were before in the omniverse where everything matters, everything matters, everything matters, which means literally nothing matters. But let's try to describe how people aged. Have you, honestly, let me know in the comments, ever cared why Bruce Wayne was still 40 now and 25, 30 years old in 1939 when he was introduced? Ever? Has that ever crossed your mind? Maybe once or twice? But did it matter? No, because you were reading good stories. But now DC wants you to know exactly why he aged. And this feels like this was more of what 5G actually was, because when we looked at 5G, it was going to be this whole timeline, right? We were going to have these generational things that explained where things went and why they went and why Wonder Woman was the first superhero, which actually came out in Wonder Woman 750 long ago. But now, God forbid, we are getting a new LINEARVERSE. It is a wrinkle or an offshoot of the omniverse. And not everyone's invited to the party. Sorry, but you are not. Oh my God, this is so ridiculous. So the end of a little bit of spoiler warning here going forward for Generations Forged, which came out today, and it was 80 pages, so I haven't read the entirety of it yet. Yes, I did skip to the end. Yes, I did want to see the spoilers because I wanted to know more about this for the video. Now, we're looking at the Wave Rider. And the Wave Rider is going to give Batman this little thing, which, all right, so that means Batman has had this all along. It feels like this is kind of the DC failsafe. And what I mean by that is Wave Rider is saying, look, the LINEARVERSE is why you haven't aged. Yeah, you have youth and vitality for decades. But here's this little trinket I'm going to give you. And embrace the future, Batman, because the future is here, apparently. And just in case there's a crisis, you can use this, but only if there's a crisis. I feel like if people really like this generational LINEARVERSE thing, this is gonna stay. But if they don't, they have this failsafe because Batman has this little trinket that can, create a huge crisis or fix a huge crisis. Either that or we are getting another event fresh off of Death Metal and Future State and Infinite Universe or Infinite Frontier. Why? Why are you doing this? We don't care. So a little bit of what the LINEARVERSE actually is before I get to yelling a little bit too much is just like I said, it is an explanation as to why 1939 Batman is still, relatively close to the same age as Batman now. But you also have to remember another thing that this explains. 1939 Batman is the same as the Batman in the 70s, is the same as the Batman in the 80s, 90s, and the gritty Batman we have now. They are all the same person, but it does exclude older versions. So it does not include, this linear universe doesn't include stuff like The Dark Knight Returns, but it includes Nightfall. It includes Joker War. It includes everything you could possibly think of. Oh, what are you thinking, DC? This is terrible. This is a terrible idea. For one, I never cared about the age thing, ever. But by having this Batman be the exact same Batman in 39 or Superman, that means that Alfred, that this Batman treated Alfred like shit because that's what he did in the 40s. Alfred was literally a joke character. That also means that Superman's origins include so much. They include Zod and the explosion of his planet. They include every origin that ever was, happened all at the same time. Do you realize the implications of this? This means that Barbara Gordon has dated every Robin except for Damian, and that includes Jason Todd because she just, kind of made out with them in Joker, or Three Jokers. That means that Ravens made her way around the Teen Titans. That means this is dumb. Let me repeat this. This is fucking stupid. And I am not trying to be overreactionary in this one. I am being fair by telling you this is silly. We don't need to know why they haven't aged. We don't ever care. And it includes characters like Commissioner Gordon or Renee Montoya. But it doesn't include characters when they want them to age. So maybe Damian's gonna age up at some point. We're getting a new Robin story. So he just, takes a step out of the LINEARVERSE, goes a couple ages and steps back in. You have to explain this in a lot more detail if you want people to actually care. Because at this point, I haven't seen a positive thing said about this. I don't think this is smart. I don't think this is a good marketing tool when you're trying and you're on the verge of losing not only readership, but losing money time and time again. And you want to introduce more titles, right? Where do they belong? What Earth are they on? If we still have an omniverse, then is everybody included or is nobody? Do you understand the problems with all of this? I said in a previous video, I kind of compared it to DCU. I actually think right now, looking back at that video, that was an insult to how DCU was, because there was some great titles in DCU. We had American Alien and Omega Man. We had a new kind of updated version of Batgirl. There was some really great titles, Batman and Robin. I could go on. There was a lot of problems also, but not near as many problems as you're seeing right now. This is the last week of Future State, and we're getting this now. Why? What are you thinking? I honestly, I feel bad for the people working in this right now because none of it makes any sense. And it really feels like they're grasping at straws. Anything that sticks, anything that works, they're going to go with because they don't even know what the hell they're doing. That's the problem. They don't know what they're doing. Hire people that do. Hire people that will. And that's a shame because I really do think Dan Jurgens could have done this correctly. They should have scrapped this from the beginning. This whole omniverse, I'm telling you right now, is going to backfire. I've said it before, and I'm sure I'll say it fucking again. If everything matters, then nothing matters at all. If you don't explain, and I know not everybody is a huge continuity person like me, I get that, I do. But you at least need to tell us what Earth they're on. You at least need to tell us, that obviously Crime Syndicate is probably going to take place on Earth 3. Okay, great. But how does that, is that Earth 3 off of the Alpha Earth, the Omega Earth? Do you see the problem here? Grant Morrison had this all mapped out. Why not take the time and effort and all of the talent that he put into multiversity and use that instead? Instead, you create something that is absolute. I'm telling you, this is garbage. Stop doing this. We don't care about their age. We don't care about that stuff. We care about good stories, heroics, compassion. I like some things that people don't. Some people like the action more. Some people like the romance more. Tell us what Earth they're on. Tell us where they fit in continuity. You can do all of that on the front cover by just putting Alpha, Omega, or Elseworld. That easy. We don't care about this LINEARVERSE shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. But I think this is making things harder and not actually explaining a damn thing. It's ridiculous. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think about this. I find it very frustrating because I actually enjoyed the First Generations book. I thought it was really done well. And this one kind of just, I don't know, just really disappointed me with the whole everything in the LINEARVERSE, and now you're vital, and now you are the exact same Batman that was introduced and had weird shenanigans with Robin in the 30s, and oh, for fuck's sake. So how does that go? You know what? Question. How does that go for Joker? If they're all the same Joker, then there isn't 3 Jokers. Do you not realize that? You're just fucked up already. I'm done yelling. Oh, let me know, of course, what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content, and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.